I feel like the new moon may actually be the perfect time to start something new and start something scary. I'm a little nervous. I'm a perfectionist. We can do this, right? We can do this. I believe in us. Hey y'all, I am Chelsea, the content creator and designer behind Knitting Tipsy, and today is a new moon, which means new adventures, which means a new project. Not always, it doesn't always mean that, but this is something that I have been wanting to do for a really long time. So if you have been here for a while, you know that I am a knitter and a crocheter. You may not have known that I am a wannabe sewist. I would love to be able to sew. There are so many beautiful indie sewing patterns that I have seen. I've started following all these sewing accounts. I would love for one day, a goal of mine would be to have an entirely handmade wardrobe. So like, as much as I love my knitting and crochet, like I'm not gonna wear a pair of crocheted jeans. That's not happening. And fabric has its place, it really does. So I really have been wanting to get in touch with my sewing machine. If you see me petting here off camera, this is my sewing machine. I can do a little bit of sewing. I have made straps for my bikinis, which honestly is kind of hard. I feel like maybe is an advanced skill that I just Googled how to do and followed them as precisely as possible. I've also sewn like to mend a few things, but I still have a lot to learn when it comes to sewing. So this has been something that was on, I think it was on my list for last year of things to tackle. I put it on my list, you know, my goals for the year. I wanted to learn to sew or get better at sewing. And we're finally gonna do it today. I have set aside the time. I was supposed to start it yesterday, but a couple things happened. First, I realized that I didn't have ink for my printer to print out the pattern pieces. Secondly, for the pattern, I was deciding between two patterns. If you remember this fabric, I've shown before in some of my other series, I was gonna make a really cool beach bag with this fabric. I read through the pattern again, and while it is labeled as like suitable for beginners, there were just so many terms I didn't know. I had no idea what basting was. There were a lot of steps. It was faux quilting, and it didn't give instructions. It was just like, just do it. And I'm like, I don't know how to just do that. So I feel like maybe the pattern is like, you need a foundation of sewing before you can tackle it. I'm not saying it's not for beginners, because maybe it is. But I'm definitely on the more like very novice end of spectrum, newbie new. So I opted to go with a second pattern. This pattern I bought on Etsy. It is a Japanese knot bag. And I feel like it'll be so good for like popping in a project and then it hangs off your wrist. So I think I could take this to Disney. I think this would be good for hiking. And I do like that you're able to secure it that way so that your project doesn't escape. I did buy it from PS377. That's the name of the Etsy store. I think on the pattern itself, it said Mindy Makes, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mindy Makes. So that is the designer for this pattern if you also want to tackle some sewing. I think I have all my material. Another thing I didn't do yesterday, it said that you should wash your fabric. And I was like, oh, so I also washed it. So all of those things led to me doing this today instead of yesterday, which is fine. I feel like today is a good day for it because like I said, it's the new moon. New moon is new adventures. We can do this. I believe in us. I believe in me. I'm trying to just repeat to myself, I'm a recovering perfectionist. So Gigi Made It tells us it's not hard, it's new. So whenever things inevitably come up and I'm thinking this is so fucking hard, I will just remind myself that it's not hard, it's new, and I'm going to get better at it. It's okay if things aren't perfect. It's okay if my project doesn't turn out perfectly. I'm gonna be really proud of myself no matter what. Okay, so there was our little intro. Let me show you some of the fabric that I found in my stash because I've wanted to be a sewist for years. Please keep that in mind. But various times throughout my life, I have bought fabric and then done nothing with it. So here is the fabric that I have found. Now the pattern that we are using, this Japanese knot bag, you can make it in different sizes. There is a small and a medium. You can make it so that there's like color blocking, like fabric blocking, so that your base is different. I'm gonna be doing the easiest method, which is just one fabric on the inside, one fabric on the outside. So it's still reversible. I have two choices here. Now I have this really pretty pineapple, different colored pineapple, tropical pineapple fabric. I know that I got from Joann's a long time ago, and I have a lot of it. I could do this on both sides to make the pattern, like it would be reversible, but it would just be this on both sides. The other option for fabric that I have, but it's a different kind of fabric, is this tropical flamingo flannel. Now here's the thing, I don't know enough about fabric to know if it's going to be a big deal that these are two different fabrics. I also washed this and it's very pilly. So I'm trying to decide if I want to depill it now. Maybe I'll cut it out and then depill it so that my pieces, when it came out of the wash, it was just very pilly. Like, you know, flannel is wont to do. This is an option. I think I might do this first as my like fuck up one because I'm assuming the first time is not going to be really great. But I would absolutely love to make one that looks a little nicer, that like I do a good job with, using this Dia de Muertos fabric with these like almost cartoonish sugar skulls. And then I have this one with these really pretty calaveras. And yeah, I could do that so that it has two sides. I don't have a ton of this fabric. I think it said I needed a half yard. I'm not even sure if I can get both pattern pieces out on this. Maybe for the small I could. If I enjoy the process, if I feel like, okay, I want to tackle this again, I think this might be the second one that I make. So it's going to be the screw up one. Hopefully it turns out okay though, right? Right. So I think that the first thing I need to do, well, let me show you my little setup here. You guys are on my GoPro on my new contraption. I'll pop in either a picture or a video here. I was really excited to get it until I realized that it's only for phones and I film on my GoPro. So my husband crafted me this little piece so that whenever I have the camera so that it's filming my sewing machine and you guys can actually see what I'm doing, he used his woodworking skills to make this for me. He's also making me a nicer one on his 3D printer. I love having a handy husband. Let me show you the setup that we've got going, some of the things that I think I'm going to need, and we'll get started. All right, so here's my setup. I have my fabric, some fabric shears, some pins, my sewing machine. It's a Singer Start. I've been told it's very good for beginners, and I have really enjoyed working with it so far. And my husband uses it too. So I also have an iron for pressing. I've heard that is a big part of this. And like I said, the shop that you can get this from is PS377. So I think I'm ready to go. I think the first step in this pattern is to cut out the pieces. I'm going to double check that, but I have them here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these out and match them up for the bag and then cut out the fabric. And I'll take you along on the journey. Wish me luck, y'all. So yeah, I'm supposed to cut these out, and I don't know why, but the cutting like already has me terrified. What if I cut it wrong? The elementary school fears. God, is that where my trauma started? Bring that up with my therapist next time. I'm just gonna cut out these pieces and then tape them together. Do you see my hands like shaking? Why am I so scared? In case you're wondering, it did say, because I remember things like seam allowance. I'm not like super comfortable with them, but I know they exist. And I was like, oh wait, do I need to cut this with like a couple, quarters of inches out? And I did read in the pattern that those are built in. So thanks for that, Molly Makes. Oh my gosh, I may have done it, y'all. I've cut out pieces. Okay, now I think I am supposed to tape these together. And I have my first pattern piece, which I think is the only pattern piece that I need. Possibly. We will find out. proud of myself. Okay, so the next step is to cut out the fabric, and that already feels very scary. I am going to be cutting out the same piece 4 times on 2 different fabrics, pretty sure. So that feels very scary, but we're gonna try it. Can I like do the foldy thing? Isn't that something like, if I keep it folded and I cut it out, won't that give me 2 pieces? I think so. Steve, yeah. Question for you. Probably could have picked a place, moved things. You know what? Let's move the sewing machine. We don't need her right now. Now the question is, should I draw or do I pin and cut? I don't know. See, for a beginner pattern, that's the kind of information that would be helpful. Let me see if I have a pen. I think I might have a fabric pen. This blue. I feel like I should be pinning it. You know what? I'm gonna do that first because this has me worried. Shit. I don't know why I just feel so awkward with fabric. I feel like things that should be easy to do just don't feel easy for me. Say your mantra, Chelsea. It's not hard, it's you. Still feel awkward, but that's okay. Let's see if this one works now. Oh, yeah, we got some color there. Oop, see, can't even color within the lines. My goodness. Okay. So now the question is, do I take this off? I think so. I think, because that'll make it easier. Okay. Cool. Seems right, right? Thank you all for going on this terrifying journey with me. All right, here goes nothing. Oh wait, wrong scissors. Fabric shears. I'm very proud of myself for remembering to cut the paper with the one scissors. We're switching to the fabric for the other. I'm cutting this, I'm wondering if I should have kept it pinned to keep both sides of the fabric together. Oh well. Moment of truth. Do I have 2 pieces like they have? This one and this one? I did it! I cut out fabric. Now I have to do it for the flamingo. Okay, I have all 4 fabric pieces cut out. I might go ahead and depill this because I want it to be all nice for sewing it, I guess. And then the next step is actually sewing. So I'm gonna start with these pieces. I think I joined them at the tops. And then there's some ironing involved, I think. Then I think I do the same thing to the other one. And then we're gonna like put them together because this is a paid tutorial. I don't wanna show you every step of the way. Although I really think if you're a beginner, like this does seem to be a very good tutorial. I would highly recommend it. The pattern pieces were easy to use. So I'm just gonna give you a little overview and hopefully we can pause a couple times and see that I haven't screwed up too badly. So here we go. Oh, I sewed and it's relatively straight. Yay! Can she do it twice? Okay, that one was a little less straight at the end, but yay! So now we're moving along. We're cooking with gas. truth, y'all. Those curves were really hard. I don't know how good I did. I tried to, even though sometimes like with the fabric cutting, because like it's lined up on the sides, but then like the inside there was some differences. So I just tried to make sure like whatever fabric was the edge was on the seam allowance. I don't know if that was the correct thing to do. Here you can see the work I've done. Is it good? Is it not? I honestly don't know, but it's done. That's exciting. I mean, it's not done, but that part is done. All right, I'm supposed to clip the curves. I'm not quite sure. Like, it doesn't say how many. It doesn't give a ton of information here. So I'm just like, these are the straights and these are the curves. So like, it doesn't say how deep to cut them. I'm guessing just to like, do you think that's enough? I'm gonna add a few more. Is it gonna hurt? Is it gonna help? Nobody knows. Well, I'm sure some of you know. Maybe you're yelling at me right now going, stop! But we're doing it anyway. Okay. Turn fabric B in through neckline opening. What? Okay, I see fabric A so that the right side, turn it in. Oh, okay, so like I'm going like this. Like just hiding it? Or should I be like making it nice and fluffy? I don't know. I don't know how great of a job I'm doing here. God, I hate being new at things. Things are so much more enjoyable when you're good at them. It's looking bag-like-ish, right? I'm very confused. What else is new? All right, this is gonna take some in-depth concentration. Let me turn this off. Oh my gosh. This part, the folding and the spatial awareness that I lack made for this to be really interesting with how to just fold the pieces to touch. But I have now sewn, and I feel like I'm doing decent on keeping the seam allowance and not having like a crazy zigzaggy line. I have no idea what this next part means. Pull long strap of bag towards middle. Like to reveal the long strap of fabric B. Am I just supposed to like look at it? Okay, and now I'm just supposed to, okay, right? Sure. All right, we're gonna try it. Okay, I do have to say my first critique of this pattern. There's clearly a step missing that isn't listed. Notches have appeared where no mention of notchings was before. So I don't know if I should go ahead and just make mine look like the picture or if I should wait. I'm just gonna follow the written instructions for now and we'll see what happens if I don't notch it. Maybe I'll notch it after I sew. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna go. Okay, I did find that missing instruction. So clipping the curves. All right, there we go. I'm not sure if we did it right, but we're gonna find out. Now this is the part that it's like, turn fabric B into fabric A. What sorcery is that? Do I just like push it in? And then this side should still be the wrong side. Okay, so like, do I just like, oh, hey, that kind of worked. Okay. Oh my God, it's witchcraft. It's like a bag, y'all. It feels a little bulky. I'm wondering if it's because that's how it's supposed to feel or because I used flannel. Is it, okay. And there's like a lot of excess fabric. There's a lot of these seams. Okay, well, ish, making some progress here. Okay, this next set of instructions just sounds mind-boggling to me. Turn fabric A to right side through the opening of the long strap and turn fabric B into fabric A. Okay, what the fuck? Turn fabric A, like that? That doesn't feel right. Is it? Oh, I don't think I'm doing this right. That can't be it. How do you, like, I don't understand. Like that? Did I do it? Okay. And then turn fabric B. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Y'all. This, like, I am a witch today. I'm witchier than I've ever been. I have turned fabric A into fabric B. Voila. I see the potential that it has. I feel like it's possible. It's possible. This is gonna work out. It does feel quite bulky. I'm not gonna lie. I wonder if I had done like 2 cottons, if it wouldn't feel quite so bulky on the inside. That's okay though. First attempt. We still have more to do. We have these. All right, next steps. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Ooh. I feel like that could be wrong. Ah! Everything's so hard to manipulate. Ouch. Oh gosh. Oh. There we go. Okay. It could be better, but I feel like it could be worse. I think I'm gonna hand sew this little bit here because I don't know how to get into that crevice with my sewing machine. Let's try it with an even smaller circumference here. I do not, oh God, this is not gonna go well. I have all these pins to hold it like together, but I don't, how do you, should I just hand sew it? How does anybody get into there? Like, how, I can't even, that's as high as my sewing machine foot goes. How do you even get it under there? Manipulate it around. I'm gonna hand sew it. I don't feel good about not, I don't feel good about that. So stay tuned for hand sewing. If I remember correctly, I think this is just called a running stitch, but I'm on stitch number 2 and it's already not even. Well, we're trying our best. That's all we can do. Alright, because I want that part to be closed. So let's do one more. Bet you're not going to be able to tell which side is hand sewn. Which side's machine sewn? Are they evenly spaced? No. Will it work? I think. Oh, shit. How did I do this? Okay, guys. Oh my gosh! I think I did it. You ready? It's a little bag. Okay. Can it go the other way though? That is the question. I haven't tried this. First attempt. Let's see. Let's see. Does it work? Does it flip? It flips. It flips. Okay. I gotta like push all the little bits. Oh my gosh, how stinking cute is that? Okay, well, a little bit. I've seen some better sewing. I wonder, should I like sew that? I don't know. For now, we're letting it be. It's a little twisted there. But that's okay. For like a first attempt, it's not the worst. Does it work this way too? Let's see. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, I'm very happy. I think flamingo side out is super cute. Fits on the hand. Guys, we did it. Okay, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, that took a lot of time. I think it took me like 3 hours. There was a lot I had to look up, and there were some different things, but like, look how cute my little bag is. I'll be able, let's put a project in it. Hang on. My Tipsy or tea. Let's see if it'll go in here. Got the ball in there. And my project here. Y'all. Look at this. Do we see this? Do we see how cute flamingos with, oh, let's not drop that stitch, Chelsea. Flamingos with my pink project. We did it. We attempted something new on the new moon. Thoughts? Let's see. It was scary, honestly. My hands were shaking at certain parts. I don't know why. I'm sure that's something to explore more, why, you know, cutting outside the line or not having things perfectly match up fills me with dread and then shame. Sounds like me and my therapist have a lot to talk about. But we did it anyways. And no, it's not perfect. There are definitely some things that I want to fix, like that little side part that's open. I feel like it's bunched in a couple places, but hopefully with practice and some tutorial learning, some reading on sewing, figuring out how the hell to do that tiny little strap. Like, I don't know, do I need a different foot? Are there feet that go higher? I don't know, but we will look into this. But for a first project, I don't know why I'm still knitting and talking to you. For a first project, I think that this was great. This was super cute and super fun, and I'm super proud to keep with the super theme. Will I make another one? I think I will try at least one more. Yeah, I really want to use that Day of the Dead fabric. Now knowing though, I don't know if I have enough of that, the one really small piece, to do 2 of these. So maybe I'll look for another Day of the Dead fabric and use that smaller one for something else. I think this is really cute if I need a project bag in a pinch. I also feel like I'm just not I'm not a huge bag maker. I won't lie, I was hoping to fall in love with it a little bit more, like the process, but it was just so nerve-wracking. So hopefully with time that will change. Maybe garments. Just like in knitting and crochet, I feel like garments are my thing. Maybe if I try sewing like a little tank top or a t-shirt or something, that might really spark the sewing for me. And if it doesn't and all I learn are the skills that I can apply sometimes, that's fine too. But at least we tried. So let me know if you are trying anything new this month, whether it's for the month of September, new moon, if you're trying a new project, a new technique, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have any recommendations for really good beginner sewing tutorials or like sewing accounts to follow. That would be really helpful. Thank you so much for watching again. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit, and I will see y'all next week. Bye guys.